So here's the Remix Mini. And so hi, so who are you?
Hey, my name is Jason. What's up, armdevices.net? So I'm here, we're here actually showing off the Remix Mini. This, as you can see on our wall here, is the world's first true Android PC. Now, with the Android app ecosystem, you know you have access to over 1.6 million apps. It is the biggest app ecosystem in the world. But what we did with Remix OS, and if you guys have seen us before, we put PC productivity back into Android. So you get all the goodies from the App Store, plus the ability to create content. So Android's everywhere, but it's really for consuming content. What we decided to do is allow users to create content really seamlessly. So what I have here, and I'm going to start off on this screen right here, you see two file managers being opened. And I'm going to go to My Pictures, and I got tons of pictures here. I'm going to drag, select quite a few pictures, I think about 5 pictures. I'm going to drag them over, and I'm going to just file manage right from one file manager to another.
So how do you make multi-window so smoothly and so nicely on Android? How do you do it?
Well, the secret sauce is really with our engineers. I really wanted to show it off so that you can see when we put you back in a PC environment, these are common features PC users know how to use. But you know, on Android devices, it's really kind of new and cool. And
what's going on here?
This is your well, Android users know this as app drawer, but we put it in a start menu position, and you can actually access all your programs just like you can on a lot of other PC operating systems right from this button. So you see a lot of the Android apps that we commonly use right here in this menu.
Does this always have this size, or can it be bigger also? Or?
This specific window will stay this size right now, but if our community of users wants to resize this window itself, just let us know, and we're going to iterate and put up an update where you can get the features that you want. This is part of the beauty of what we do here. We build with our users this future of the productive Android or the Android PC.
Because Android quite potentially is going to be the OS for all the future PCs and laptops and...
Right, well, let's think about this. Android's penetration globally ranges from 75% to 90%, depending on the market you're in. So people already really know how to use this operating system. But productivity is something that Android hasn't really gotten into yet.
What do you have down there in the bottom there?
Again, this is very PC-like. So we have, let's say, we have most of the very commonly used features or settings that users would need to know. Very quick date and time setting. This is your Wi-Fi situation going on. What kind of input you have going on. And look at this switch right here. I can switch directly from here, or I can actually go into settings directly from here. Let's look at the volume bar and the volume controls. And Bluetooth, once I turn it off, immediately it goes into a gray mode. Visually, quickly, you get a lot of information right away. So this is part of the UX idea that we have for the user. Simple.
So you launched a tablet. You had the Remix, the Giant tablet.
Yeah, that's right.
And so how many people got that?
Well, we have about 1,500 users globally through the Kickstarter campaign we last ran. And if you combine from the domestic market in China to the international markets, we have roughly about 3,000 to 4,000 users right now actively. But for our Kickstarter campaign for the Mini, it really blew us away because we accumulated about 22,000 users in 45 days, and the funding was 1.6 million, which is actually the number 5 hardware all time and number 1 all time from any Chinese.
What's the processor in here?
This is a Allwinner, one of their newest chips here. It's an Allwinner chip. It can do.
Can you open this up?
Let's go up into the specs. Yes. So it's an Allwinner A53 64-bit chip. This chip can decode 4K video and output through HDMI 4K video.
This is awesome. So this is the new 64-bit solution from Allwinner.
Yes, that's right.
And you have it shipping already, or not yet? Shipped out?
We're shipping in 2 weeks. We're going to ship 28,000 units to all of our backers on Kickstarter. And after that, we're going to go directly to retail. And actually, the backer number is impressive, but what really surprised us was we're going to ship to 125 countries. This means that
even Afghanistan and
not sure. I'm going to check with my guy here, but we might not have
Kenya. You have
Afghanistan on that list, but apparently we do have. Yeah, well, this is awesome. So yeah, which really surprised us, but it showed that the world is ready for an Android PC. Remix Mini and Remix OS.
Let's look at some of the ports you have here. So it's gigabit LAN or?
So this is an Ethernet here, 2 USB ports. We have an HDMI to your screen, and a TF card that can expand your memory up to 128 gigabytes.
So how much did you sell it for?
So when we go retail, it's roughly going to be $69.99 in the US market.
$69.99. You have a desktop PC,
That's right.
64-bit ARM CPU.
That's
How much storage?
So it comes with 2 gig RAM and 16 gig storage built into the box, and again, you can expand. Think about this USB port. If you have external hard drives that you're used to using, you can expand almost infinitely through that.
So is there any API or system so people can develop for multi-window a little bit more, or do you just take any app in multi-window?
So here's what we're doing with our development community that's interested in this. If you follow standard Android development protocol, all your apps run perfectly fine on our Remix OS. Now the 3 things to kind of take into account is we're going to put you into multiple windows. So as a developer, you can kind of take that into account. Mouse and keyboard optimization, this is something also to take into consideration. And when you think about PCs, 16:9 ratio, 16:10 ratio is the 3rd thing to keep into consideration. Already on our Kickstarter page, we've already put out a general framework for some notes that developers can kind of look into to how to optimize for Remix OS. And we're going to put this up on our forum also. But as far as things to keep in mind, as long as you follow that Android protocol, you're just perfectly fine.
All right, so really affordable, really awesome. What more do you have? Like, do you have the file browser that's optimized that you made, and
Yes.
a bunch of other things?
Well, we decided to keep this really streamlined. So the wealth of apps on Android app stores is perfectly fine for most people to pick and choose from. So let's do something really simple. We say PC, and with PC you need productivity. This is a PowerPoint that I have going on here. So you can actually do a lot of your productivity, your Word, your Excel spreadsheets, your PowerPoints that you might create for your business purposes. But multitasking is something that has been a calling card of ours. So let's do something really simple here. We're gonna have that PowerPoint open, but most people also want to be able to do fun things with their machine, right? So this is, I had it on pause here. Let me play this video again. And you're watching a video on the side. And imagine this is your
What's
TV.
this app playing the video? Just any app?
This is MX Player, one of the most commonly used apps. Again,
It's fully hardware accelerated. There's no like slowdown or anything.
Look, we've spent about the last 2 months just developing and making sure that the performance on this machine right here does not lag and has everything you need for your common usage scenarios. So this is what we do. We do software, and for most common users, you can multitask to your heart's content with this PC.
Actually, in the last 3 years, there's been crazy faster and faster ARM processors,
yes.
but there's no way to use them on just when you have one app open.
Yes.
Now you can use all the different cores.
Right. So this is kind of like the beauty of the PC environment, the fact that you have a bigger screen, you can make total use of it with opening different apps and doing multitasking at the same time.
All right. So how about do you make this available to any Android device or not?
So right now, Remix OS, this is 2.0 you're staring at. We have it on our own devices. So the Mini is the first place you can get a taste of the 2.0 version of Remix OS. Eventually, we're working with other partners. We've put Remix OS on basically all the major ARM architecture, or most of the chipsets that use ARM architecture. We've worked with them before, including the Intel x86 project too. So this is the future of what we think the Android can be.
So you have Allwinner partnership. You work with them.
Yes, Allwinner.
Which other ones?
MTK, NVIDIA. We've done. Qualcomm is coming soon, and Rockchip is something that we've also put it on. So again, all the major chipsets we've actually worked with, and Amlogic Amlogic is also another chipset we've worked with.
Wouldn't it be cool also if you could connect your phone to the TV and suddenly you have a desktop UI on the external screen?
Sure. We know some big players have created hardware solutions to create this situation.
With MHL?
Sure, yes.
Yeah?
But let's think about that. That hardware solution roughly runs about 100 US. This right here is significantly less than that, and you can still get your PC and your mobile combined into one machine and experience.
Are you planning to make it smooth enough so companies will buy them for every single desk?
So the funny thing is, at this trade show, Hong Kong trade show, a lot of enterprise decision makers have passed by our booth, seen Excel or Word opened up, and a light came on. For them, most of their staff don't need to be power users. They need to write emails, browse the internet, do some simple Excel or Word documentation, and these staff members in these departments can completely get their work done with that. And so for this, the cost benefit is really enormous because the money they save, they can roll right back into business development.
And where are your engineers?
Our engineers are in Beijing. Our headquarters are in Beijing, China, and our software developers and our platform developers are out there.